welcome to US Bank Stadium, where today we have another huge matchup. This one against the Rams, and obviously if you've been watching this season, if you've been watching this series, you know that there is a particular player on the Rams that we need to make sure we completely contain today. And I am obviously talking about Dwight Saunders, our former quarterback. We traded him to the Rams earlier this year and then brought in Robinson, as we just really didn't think he had what it took to really be a long-term player for us. First play here of this game, though. Dyson gets around the edge here for a gain of 9. Going to bring up second and short. But yeah, we brought in Robinson, and he's played very well. Saunders playing a bit better than he did here. Still sitting at about a 2 touchdown to 1 interception ratio, so still not great. But they do have the number 3 passing offense and number 6 rushing offense. So their offense really good. Defense has struggled a little bit, and they just lost another player here. Looked like he might have been a linebacker. And it doesn't quite look like he might be returning anytime soon, as he's heading into the locker room. Typically not a good sign here for Madden. We're going to try to run a bit here, as their defense is, I believe, 26th or 27th in terms of running defense. So we will be trying to attack that, but of course they still have the all-around stopper in the middle there, Aaron Donald. He's still with them, so need to be a little bit cautious of him and not try to allow him to just wreak havoc on us, as we're going to find Leach here, who's getting around the outside, and just as always with his speed, with that route running, he's going off to the end zone. Going to score quickly here on a 56-yard slant to the house. As we were talking about Donald, he almost got the sack, or at least the knockaway there on that touchdown, but Robinson stood strong in the pocket and did a great job delivering that ball to Leach. And there's the first play. Cam Akers, their number 1 guy for their rushing attack, and having a pretty good season, a little under 1,000 yards already. And you could see Saunders there wearing number 14, a bit of a different look compared to when he was with us, as they're going to go for a actual read option to him, and he's going to get close to the first down, and they're going to give it to him. We didn't run too many direct read options, but he did scramble a little bit for us. Doesn't have a whole lot of speed, but he has enough. And of course, he's still rocking those zebra cleats that we gave him after we had drafted him. So they're going to go for his first pass, and he's going to find number 2, who's getting close to another first down. Guess actually will be Woods still with the team. And as I had mentioned, when we did trade Saunders to the Rams, the Rams are a very well-built team. They're just a little bit on the older side, as Reed Jr. gets back into the backfield to get the stop on Cam Akers. Loss of 3 on the first down carry. Yeah, this Rams team not bad at all. They were just missing a quarterback. They were originally starting the year with Gardner Minshew as their starting quarterback. And after getting that trade from us, they're off to a really good season in the playoff picture we saw at the end of last episode. And they're sitting, I think it was 8-5 on the year, so having themselves a pretty good year. Saunders obviously a Super Bowl winning quarterback back-to-back years. He knows what it takes to get there, and apparently it takes throwing a ball off the butt of your tight end. And following an impressive punt for the Rams, we're going to start for our second drive on offense down at the 8. Yeah, Saunders knows what it takes to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and obviously we know what our team needs to be a Super Bowl winning team. So both teams well on their way to that right now with very similar records, as we did have a fantastic play there by Kelly. Don't want to gloss over the fact that he just ran over a guy in the middle. And of course, Kelly and Nwangwu getting a lot of play time here at running back today. Dalvin Cook is injured, will be out until probably the playoffs. We'll probably keep him out till then. We get a flag here on the first down carry, and that looks like that's going to be holding, going to back us up. Looks like that's falling on Jeff Flanagan. Probably wasn't needed. However, it was about 8 yards downfield, so only first and 12 coming up, so not too bad. We're going to try to find someone here. We do have B just sitting wide open, and he's going to fall down instead of running with it. Either way, first down. Good catch from Chark. A little too cautious of a catch, but a good catch nonetheless. And honestly, a pretty good throw from Robinson, considering he was throwing back across his body. Follow that up by going with a draw here and break the first tackle. Then get followed up by Aaron Donald, but Davis, another injury for an already kind of iffy Rams defense. And Davis, too, will be headed into the locker room. He looked like he was holding his wrist, checking out something along his arm. You never quite know what that means. And it looks like the Rams have two really good corners here. Obviously, Ramsey. Then they have another corner as well that's looking pretty good, and we almost fumbled that. 92 got back there. Merriweather with a sack fumble. Tried to scramble because we obviously did not have anywhere to throw that, but fortunately for us, we fall on it. And on 3rd and long, we'll come out here in the Wildcat. Mund will come in to give Robinson a little break at the technically receiver spot right now. Try to fit through that gap. Wasn't quite able to. We will end up punting this one away on 4th and 8. And following a pretty good punt from us. Had a little too much of a bounce back, but still starting at the 12 for Saunders and the Rams. We're going to come out in the double A-gap blitz, and we're going to hit home. First sack for us against Saunders. Danielle Hunter around the edge. Wonder how often or how long he's been wanting to do that in practice and not being able to. He's finally able to here today. Gets the sack on Saunders. First sack of the day. And following that sack, we will head into the second quarter here. We're up 7-0. Still a pretty close game. Rams in their second possession on offense. And to start the second quarter, they'll be down at the 4. Heavy tight end set. We're going to slide over our line and bring a bit of a blitz. Try to see if we could get through there with Harrison Smith. Not able to. Saunders just going to loft that one out of bounds. Higbee in the area. And on 3rd and 18, still from the 4, we're going to bring a little bit of an outside blitz and some man coverage. Try to make sure we get everyone locked up if they do decide to pass, which they don't. And Alex Brooks gets the tackle in the middle of the field there. Maybe a gain of 1. Bring up 4th and 17, and they'll be punting that back to us. And we will jump in here in offense, and I have not skipped any of it. Nwangwu had a 46-yard punt return. Going to give us fantastic starting spot here at the 8. Just going to go right down the middle, follow the blocks. Kelly's in. Quick score. We're going to go up 14-0. Fantastic blocking up front. And so far, I'm loving this domination of the Rams so far, as want a little revenge for all the interceptions we had with Saunders. And after that quick score, the Rams offense right back out here. This time a little bit better field position for them to be starting at the 25. They're going to dump it off here to their tight end. Higbee with the reception. Alex Brooks gets the tackle. Gain of about 6-7 yards. And it feels like so far some pretty safe play calling here from the Rams today. Not really stretching the field much. Because again, they go with another check down. We missed the tackle, and a nice move by Akers. Kind of just shook Brooks and kind of allowed him to get by him. Reed Jr. gets the tackle. And also, I would say just, well, definitely some safe play calls. They've at least lined up in quite a few different formations, going under center in shotgun, and some fantastic blocking here for Akers. He's going to get all the way down to the 29 before Keenan Harvey, or Harvey Keenan, that's what it is, can bring him down. And that will eclipse 1,000 yards for him on the season. I would definitely say Cam Akers is always normally a really good running back when it comes to any Madden franchises, as they're going to find Higbee right and a really bad tackle as he's just running out of bounds. Okay, Madden, what's up with that? I mean, I'll take it, but what's up with that? He's still running. I've noticed that animations kind of seem to happen like that when like person should be tackled, but for some reason they're not, as we almost get in there with Kendricks to get the sack. He gets the ball out, Saunders gets the ball out, and finds Higbee again. So far, their main threat on offense has been Cam Akers and Higbee, as we just blow up the middle. Alex Brooks just destroyed the lineman and gets the tackle in the backfield. That is exactly what we need from him, considering he's lined up to be a starter next year. He's getting extra play time right now, as we've locked playoff positioning. So Harrison Smith is kind of sitting out a little bit until we get to the postseason. And on 3rd and 7, this is the best opportunity the Rams have had yet to put some points on the board. We'll see if they can convert the 3rd down or possibly even strike into the end zone, as we're going to have Watt. Yep, there's another sack. Watt doesn't have any hatred or any ill will towards Saunders, except for maybe a couple times where we might have knocked him out of some playoff contentions. But we'll take it, another sack. And they will bring out the field goal unit here. The goal of the day is 3 sacks, and we get another blocked kick. Reed Jr. comes sprinting in to pick this one up, has trouble gaining his feet, but he is off to the races. We're about to make this a 21-0 game. He slides on in, and we're just putting a beat down on the Rams right now. And that was Benjamin Wilson who had the block, and I'm pretty sure he was either a preseason signee or a regular season signee after we made some adjustments to our cornerback personnel. But a huge play from him, and the first play we've really seen him make, so want to make sure we gave him a shout out. And that'll put our defense right back out onto the field. They're a little tired. Obviously, they just went through a whole drive and got basically one play off, and not even some of them even got a play off. Nice job there from Cam Akers to get past 2 guys, but Kendrick's sure tackler, and he gets it for a loss. Actually, gain of 1. Close to a loss, but I guess we could give him a yard. It was a decent, pretty good job, actually, for Cam Akers. And they're going to get a guy out front, and a big hit from Harrison Smith. Unfortunately, the 2-minute warning animation kind of cut that off, but a huge hit from Hitman. Of course, he's still getting out on the field a bit, playing in the base packages, but yeah, really good hit. Really good block here from the outside tackle, the right tackle on. Really unfortunate for the Rams. Already down 21-0, and they just lost one of their best players. Cam Akers a little shaken up after this play. Our offense will take over at the 35. Had another good return from Nwangwu. And just ran right down the middle, split some of the kind of defensive guys running in. They weren't the gunners, so I don't really know what other positions there technically are when it comes to the punt team. I really just know the gunners. But either way, really good punt return and a really good run on first down from Kelly. He's been really impressive this year, and I think has earned a contract extension as well. Obviously, we gave Nwangwu a contract extension earlier this season, and that's definitely paid off well for us. Kelly has been a great power back for us with a bit of speed as well. And I think because of that versatility he has, he's definitely earned another contract from us, and would like to keep him going. Obviously, he's been out there quite a bit with Cook having some injuries, as we find Chark here for a completion, first down, and out of bounds to stop the clock. Of course, only 55 seconds left before halftime. Yeah, I've been very impressed with him and would like to see him continue. Obviously, we don't know really how healthy Cook can really stay sometimes, so having versatility at running back has always been great for us. Leach here fighting forward for some good yardage down to the 18. We'll run a little bit of hurry up here. Don't want the clock draining. Go for the corners here. Maybe Jefferson, who's really come on well this season, getting a lot of touchdown receptions. And this time we just try to check that down to Kelly, but a good stop by number 13 breaks that one up. But at least stop the clock and give some of our guys a little breath. And I was going to go for that jet sweep again. They bring down maybe they have 2 high safeties, so maybe they just have an extra corner or something out there. Either way, we'll check out of that, go with a run and Nwangwu in the backfield. We have plenty of timeouts if needed. Going to get forward about 7-8 yards. We'll call our first timeout. Don't need to rush anything. We have plenty of time to get some more points on the board, not that we necessarily have to have them. And on 3rd and 2, they do not have a corner or safety or anything down the right-hand side, so jet sweep around the edge. Try to get by Ramsey, not able to, but he does break the tackle. 13 gets a tackle, and we'll call our second timeout. And on 1st and goal from the 3, 15 seconds left. We will come out here for a pass. We're going to send Leach on the zig route. And that's going to be opened, slightly overthrown. Pressure came down and forced a bad pass. And on 2nd and goal, we possibly might go for a run here. Let's take a look up front. We definitely don't have the advantage up front. So let's send Jefferson on a drag, Chark on the out. And that almost went up Wild's butt. Rams doing a really good job of holding down here at the goal line. 3rd and goal, 8 seconds left. And we're going to find Chark in the back of the end zone. A nice pass from Robinson. Too far away from any of the linebackers, and definitely well led enough to get Chark away from the corner trailing behind. Unfortunately, it also made him kind of run into the goalpost. And with 5 seconds left, looks like the Rams will just go ahead and kneel this clock out. We'll head into halftime up 28-0. I doubt this was the game that Saunders really wanted to have, going back to Minnesota for his first appearance since the team traded him, since he was told he wasn't good enough to continue to be our guy, even though he helped the team earn 2 Super Bowls, the only 2 Super Bowl wins since the history of the Vikings. So really unfortunate for him, only 49 passing yards. Our defense has come to play today and playing extremely well, stopping, again, the number 3 ranked passing offense, 6th ranked rushing offense. And taking a look around the league real quick, Seahawks up 17-7 against the Lions. Of course, the Lions we want to lose as much as possible. A little bit down south, Cowboys up 24-7 against the Jaguars. That one almost at halftime. Doesn't really matter to us who really wins that one. Another rivalry matchup here with the Bears losing by 17 to the Washington football team. 17-0, about a minute before halftime there. So far, Fields not doing too much. Kind of looks similar to Saunders with only 49 yards. And to open this second half here, Saunders will get a chance to get the ball first, put some points on the board. But so far, they really haven't been able to put anything together. They've had a lot of injuries on defense. Cam Akers left the game a little bit earlier. He might be back in the second half. It didn't look to be a serious injury, and we weren't told it was any serious injury. So we'll see if he comes out. It looks like, at least in the animation, he is. And indeed, Cam Akers back in to start the second half, which is a key weapon for the Rams to try to give them a balanced attack at all. Higbee, though, loves to just catch the ball and run out of bounds. And I can't recall, at least, a pass from Saunders that went more than 5 yards at this point in the game. A nice block shed there from Kendricks on their tight end, maybe receiver, to get the stop before the first down. 3rd and 1 coming up next. And on 3rd and 1, we're going to come out in a heavy set for us. The 46 or 4-4. I can't remember exactly what we have in this playbook, but Alex Brooks gets the 3rd sack for us on the day. A flag does come down, however. That one's going to be holding, so does not matter. We will decline it. It was on Edwards, but we say, nah, we're good. 4th and 7, they're going to need to punt us the ball. And one thing that might be helping us out in this game is obviously after winning 2 Super Bowls, our offensive coordinators had left to go be head coaches elsewhere. One, our defensive coordinator, a head coach in the NFL, and then our offensive coordinator became a head coach in college. So obviously bringing in new coordinators meant that we brought in a new offense, a new defense. And Saunders didn't really have much time to get to know what our new defense is. And maybe that's why they're having a hard time doing anything against our defense. Might be a little bit of a stretch there, but normally when a team or a former player goes against his former team, he normally has a pretty good job against the defenses. Good job for the Rams defense on that one. He ends up getting another sack there for Merriweather. Going to bring up a 4th and 14. Going to need to punt it away. Unfortunately, none of our guys got open on that. Great coverage for the Rams. But as I was saying, Saunders didn't have a lot of time to watch our defense in practice with their new scheme, so he didn't have that advantage really coming into this game. As prior to the change this last offseason, we ran the same scheme for several years, and a huge hit from Danielle Hunter knocks that ball up. Cameron Akers ends up picking it up. Only going to be a loss of 3, but a huge hit there from Danielle on his former quarterback. One could possibly argue that it should have been an incomplete pass. It looked like Saunders' arm may have been in that forward motion, but they say fumble, and this time we get a sack, or not a sack. Wow, almost a tackle for loss. I think they end up actually gaining 2, going to bring up a 3rd and 11, but still a really good job from Alex Brooks to shed the block and then get the tackle on a pretty elusive Cameron Akers. And straight out of bounds again. Their receivers just don't really seem to want to fight for any yards here. That'll be another punt coming up for the Rams. And I'd say if we're able to get one more touchdown on this board, We're going to go ahead and bring in some of our young guys. Definitely want to get our young receivers some more time out there as we go for Dyson here, who gets the edge. Can he get by Ramsey? Not able to. Ramsey gets the diving tackle, but still 35 yards just in rushes for Dyson on the day. And now down towards midfield. Looks like they're going to send a bit of a blitz here. Possible safety blitz as well. We're going to change up to a quick pass as they go with the underneath guy. We're going to go for Chark instead, and that's going to be another slant play touchdown. Time to bring in the backups as we go up 35-0. And I just got to say, we'll talk a little bit over this PAT. Robinson has played so well under pressure today. Only had one bad pass, 2 touchdowns with heavy pressure coming right at him. Round of applause for him, especially in a game going up against our former quarterback in Saunders. And with that touchdown, we have made some changes, pretty mass changes as well. Only a few of our starters still in. That's mostly because they're either playing a different position or we just need to see how everyone else does. And Alton Robinson joining the party. He's going to get, I believe, his first sack, maybe second sack of the season. Hasn't seen too much played time, but he gets right around the edge, and he's joined the sack party here. But at this point, I feel like we all know about normal substitutions. Obviously, Black is a DT/end for us who hasn't gotten on the field too much, so we will highlight him. Cam Akers almost gets the first down. Going to depend on the spot. They're going to say 3rd and inches. And one player getting a little bit more time out here. If I could find him, here he is. Linebacker Ewing. Hasn't gotten much play time yet so far this year. He is strictly a run stopper, so this is his down to shine here as we're going to send a blitz down the middle. He gets picked up but ends up getting the tackle while being blocked. I'll tell you what, our young linebackers are really shining despite the fact that they're not all very high overalls. He's only I think a 66 or something. Does a great job fighting the block and gets the tackle on Cam Akers for a loss to force yet another Rams punt. And following that punt, we will start the fourth quarter here at the 17. We did have a penalty on the punt return, and Corey Brooks in to finish this game out. He does a great job there, breaking first contact, gets forward for 9 yards. And Kellen Munn is in at quarterback. Robinson had a tremendous day. We're going to let him sit on the bench, try to help him recuperate some of that stamina, try to limit the fatigue on him as Corey Brooks gets his first big rush. Ramsey trying to catch up to him. I don't think he's going to. Corey Brooks is gone. That is one of the longest rushes I think we've had this year, 75 yards. This man does not have much speed, and he just outran the entire Rams defense. Those fresh legs really showing there. Love to see that for the young running back. And let's not forget about our big boys up front on that last run. Great blocking up front, including Thurston, who kind of helped be a lead blocker there and got anyone that was even close. Hawkins flies over here to the ball and gets the tackle, not able to get the breakup. Gain of 6 on that reception. Another pass, I believe, that went to Higbee, who's definitely been the number 1 target for Saunders on the day. We're going to switch up to a little bit of man coverage here, see how well Hawkins can keep up with Cam, who did pretty well. Unfortunately, Hilton didn't do as well, staying on number 84 there. I believe that is their 3rd or 4th string receiver. Possibly it could be another tight end, I'm not sure. And that, I feel, could definitely have been the longest pass of the day for Saunders, which, of course, when he was with us, we used him to really throw that ball deep downfield. They're going to set up a screen pass here. Hawkins finds the gap, gets the tackle after only a gain of few there for Akers. And on second and 8, basically at midfield, we're going to send the double A-gap blitz, see if Calhoun can get around the edge, which he does, not able to get there in time. And luckily we get the tackle there from Henley. Otherwise, 84 might have been gone and blown the goose egg. 4.5 minutes remaining in this game, and they're down to the 31. We're going to try to bring that A-gap blitz again. Going to bring Henley down to try to help cover that tight end. I'd like to get them out of field goal range, as we could have if Black wasn't slowed down by me. They're going to get Cam Akers all the way down to the 7. We might be losing the goose egg late in this game. Granted, if it takes an entire team, or not entire, but a majority of a backup defense for the Rams to get any score on us does not look good. A nice shifty move there from 25 eludes our safety who came in. That is Schaefer who had his first carry of the day so far. Going to send our DBs inside. They're going to go for a rush, and once again, we just barely miss Schaefer. He's in for the first Rams points of the day. Unfortunately, it looks like one of their offensive linemen ends up getting injured on that play. So a bit of good and bad all mixed together. Is Bradbury in too good around the edge and does not have anywhere near enough speed to get to the block there. They will get some points on the board, 42-7, as our offense will take the field once again and try to run out the rest of this clock. And at the 25, we will retake the field on offense. Looks like they're stacking a little bit to that left-hand side, just the side we're running to, but they didn't do a good enough job. Cook gets forward for another 10, 11 yards. 3 carries, 95 yards. Of course, had that 75-yard touchdown on the last drive. Definitely really happy with the running back group right now. Unfortunately, Cook is injured. We'll keep him out until we get to the postseason. I believe he would be back week 17, maybe week 18, but we'll keep him out, keep him healthy. And that's, again, another about 10. Yep, they're going to give him another first down. About 10 yards on the carry there for Cook, not the younger brother of Dalvin, if you're wondering. And following the 2-minute warning, we'll bring out the 3 wide set here. 2 of them to the left, 1 to the right. Of course, we have our backup receivers in. Wanting to see what they can do. They had a pretty good game to wrap it out against the Packers last week. And currently we have Dyson on the outside to the left, Leary outside to the right, and Willie Johnson playing our slot. And also, Stark is in at tight end. We're going to look for him here. Does he have the separation? He does. Drags the feet. That's what we need from him if he wants to make the roster next year. We obviously want to improve that second tight end spot with Lucas just not having quite enough speed, but his blocking is really good. So that third spot is Lucas's. It's weird saying. But I doubt Starks will make the improvement to take that second spot. We'll see. Plays like that will definitely help out. Now down to the 23, a minute 12 seconds. Would like to look for Leary here. Of course, he is being covered by Ramsey and don't really want to test that. We're going to take the sack here. Munn not able to find anyone, and that is Sheffield with the sack. Follow that up again. Trying to do a little bit of passing here just because I want to get these receivers opportunity to try to prove who they are as a receiver. Going to look for Willie Johnson, who makes one guy miss, breaks the tackle, and gets out of bounds. It'll be a gain of a few here. Actually say about a gain of 8, which is definitely more than what I thought. And on 3rd and 10 here, going to look for the switch route here. Try to see if maybe Johnson could get open on the outside. Going to send Leary on a slant instead. See if that could draw over Ramsey perhaps. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Instead, we're just going to run here with Mund, who has some speed, but they were barreling down. He's actually going to fight for the first down. He'd take the contact, get the first. We'll call a timeout here. Obviously, it will be a little bit of some stat padding, but try to see what these young guys can do. And we normally use Dyson on this play, but we're going to see what Willie Johnson can do on a jet sweep. He has some speed. He's a smaller frame, and that ball kind of glitched around to him. They're not going to get the first down there, get a gain of 4. We'll call another timeout. And on 2nd and goal, this will be the last play. If we don't score here, I will not call a timeout or anything. Try to see what these receivers can do. As we're going to find Dyson. He's going to get a receiving touchdown this time. Normally use him in the jet sweep game. A little bit of a trick kind of guy. He's going to get the normal receiver reception here as we're going to put 49 points on the board here against the Rams. And to wrap this play up, kind of looks like they're going to be sending their new quarterback, Saunders, out here to just chuck the ball deep, although that one doesn't go very far. And they almost got a reception there from either Woods or 15, but that ball hits the turf. This game is all and done, 49-7. We put a show on against our former quarterback in Saunders. Sacked him 3-4 times, maybe even more than that. Can't fully remember how many now, but put a lot of points on the board against him and completely shut down his offense. Unfortunately, we don't get the pick on Saunders, but they really didn't pass the ball more than like 3-4 yards down the field. We hold them to 135 passing yards, only 46. And once again, they had the third best rushing attack and sixth best passing attack going into this game, and we completely shut them down. Fantastic game from our defense. Saunders had a good completion percentage, but only 7 points. That will not do. And after that fantastic showing from our team, two big upgrades here. One to Benjamin Wilson, who did get that blocked kick attempt, that blocked field goal that we scored. Let's see, what are his ratings looking like? He's definitely a man cover guy. We'll just keep pumping that up for him. Going to man to man, see what we get for him. That is going to be a +1 to acceleration, press, and tackle, and then +2 to man coverage. So definitely a good young man cover guy. Definitely not much of a do-it-all kind of corner. Sherrard Dyson also gets an upgrade. He had the touchdown at the end, and then a bunch of plays throughout. We're going to keep pumping that deep threat archetype for him. Without the coach's boost, he finally reaches 70 overall with a +1 to awareness, 2 to catch in traffic, and 3 to release. Really good boost for him. He is only 21 years old. This is what the ratings are currently looking like. Really good hands, really good deep route running, pretty decent release as well. Could definitely work on the medium and short, but with 94 speed, 93 acceleration, he has a bright future ahead of him. And with that victory, we move to 10-3-1 on this season. Next week, next game, we'll be back against the Green Bay Packers. We murdered them in the first game. I want to say it was like 36-0 or something like that. Huge win for us. We'd like to see that happen again, as they are technically the next team up, slightly above the Bears, with I believe a 22-21 victory against the Bears a few weeks ago. The Lions, who were doing so well at the beginning of this season, was pushing us for the #1 spot, now find themselves dead last in the NFC North at 6-7-1. It's a very close race for 2, 3, and 4, but I doubt they're catching us at this point. 3 games left. Yeah, so they're definitely not catching us at this point. 3 games left in the regular season. We will have the Packers up next, followed by the Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. And then we'll jump on in to the playoffs. We're currently, I believe if we view the playoff picture, we should be sitting with the first round bye, of which we are. We got that last year. We're currently slated to get that again. The Seahawks, who are our last game of the season, they're at 2. So, or last game of the regular season, they're at 2. So, should be a really good game to finish it out. Cowboys are at 4, and the Packers are at 7. So right now, the next 3 teams we're slated to play against are playoff teams. Obviously, we've had some other playoff teams that we played against. The Rams are at 6. We destroyed them. The San Francisco 49ers, we beat them. They're at 5. The Panthers, I'm pretty sure we beat earlier in this season, I want to say. They're at 3. So we're doing really well. Unfortunately, AFC side, they do have the Colts, and we did lose to the Colts, who are sitting at 3 over there. So a lot to happen for the remainder of this season. To make sure you're sticking along, make sure you're hitting that subscription button and taking that bell notification to be notified of when these go live. If you don't want to do that, I understand. These are posted every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. Vikings videos are Monday, Thursday, and our California-only rebuilds are every Saturday. You can also follow me on Twitter, BigBearB_gaming. I always send out a link whenever these are up. Not always at the exact time they're up. I post these at 12:30 Pacific time, so do that calculation to your time wherever you may be. But that is the current upload schedule. So like I said, if you want to stick around, make sure you're hitting that subscription button. You can also hit that like button. Let me know you're enjoying these. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.